So now that we are create our buttons, let's add our skip to our buttons. I'm going to hold all of them and add component tower button. So now let's go inside. Inside, for now, I don't need to start an update. I can delete them. Here, I'm going to write private game object and tower object. So now when we save it, we have the problem because we cannot see this object. As you see, we cannot see it here. So for to see that, we need to make it server side. Now when we save it, we can see them here. See, that's why when it's private, we need to make it serial server. So now in the next part, we need to write public game object, our tower object with the big T, and we want to get then here again what we want to get is return our tower object. So now let's save it, going back to our game. Now we need to back to our scene. So let's click on our game background so we are going there. Now we are going to our game asset. I'm going to put our towers there. As you see, we cannot see it because the order in layer is under the background. I'm going to make it 2. And next one, I'm going to change it also 2. And the last one. So I put that 2 as well. Now we going to call them tower 1, tower 2, tower 3, and tower 4. So now what we are going to do, we are going to our prefab. Here I'm going to right click, create a new folder, going to call it towers, and inside I'm going to add our towers there. Now let's go back to our, so now I made them prefab, we don't need them, we can delete them. So now let's go back to our UI buttons. So here I need to define our towers that we created in our scene. Here we search for our tower object. I'm going to put the tower 1. This one will be our tower 2. Tower 3 and tower 4. And also I'm going to rename them. So now let's go to our script again. Going to create a new C# and I'm going to call it so tower manager. So now I'm going to create a empty object. Going to name it tower manager. And I'm going to attach our tower manager script to it. So now let's open our script. So in the top, I'm going to write public tower button, tower button pressed, then get and set. Now let's make a function. Public void selected tower, and inside I want it to be our tower button, tower btn. And here we want to say our tower button press is equal to this parameter that we made. So now in the top, I'm going to make another variable, public sprite renderer, sprite. Renderer. Now here we want to get the component sprite renderer. So it's equal get component sprite renderer. Now I'm going to make another function, public void enable drag sprite. And inside of the parentheses will be sprite. Now here sprite renderer dot enabled is equal to true, and also sprite renderer dot sprite is equal to our this sprite. So now we need another function for when we don't want to drag the button, the sprite. So copy that part and paste it instead of this time enabled, and we need to write it disabled. And we don't need this part anymore. So we want to make the sprite rendered enable to be false. And also we want to doesn't have any sprites. So here I'm going to make it null. Now here I need to call that enabled dog sprite dot our parameter is not that, it's because it's a function, and inside we need to say our parameter dot drag sprite. So let's make it big D. So drag sprite. Now we need to work on this part. So we need to go to our buttons. So we need another variable here. First I'm going to make it field private sprite so drag sprite. So now we need to get our sprite. So I'm going to copy this part, paste it. First I'm going to change this one to a sprite. So then this one will be our drag sprite. So now we shouldn't get any error here. So now I'm going to save it, going back to the game. Then here in our game, what I'm going to do is that, so we are going to our buttons here. We want to, we need the onClick event. Going to add the tower manager there. Function tower manager selected tower. Okay, and then here for the first one we want a tower button. We just need to click on this small circle here. Now let's do the same for the other one. Now also we need to go to our asset and put the sprite of each of our buttons here. So now, because it's become a really long video, I'm going to stop it here and continue it in the next video. See you in the next video.